99 of Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Welcome back. If you're looking for the stream, let's call it a rain delay. So there was a rain delay of about 20 minutes, but we're now back. This is game number 99. It is the top of the third inning. Score is tied 2-apiece. And play ball. Fouls it back. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So there'll be a part 1 and a part 2 to game 99 due to an internet connection loss. But it's just like a rain delay, not a big deal. And he slices the breaking ball to left. There is Sebastian. Stan makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the third. Up next, Lou Gehrig, who flew out in the first, flew out deep to the right field wall. But 400 foot out is still an out nonetheless. 1 out here in the top of the third. There's a pitch. Pitch is called low. Looked like a strike. Umpire called it a ball. Tight strike zone today. Count as 1 ball and no strikes. And it's a deep drive to left. Yo, 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 I'm back. Thank you, Mr. Amir. Thank you for returning to the stream. I absolutely appreciate it. This is Major League Baseball, the Avengers. Imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends past and present, and that's what you would have right here in Avengers Baseball. Swing and a miss. He struck him. Oh, no, check that. It's count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. The score is tied 2 apiece here in the top of the third. Here comes the pitch from Star-Lord. And that is a line drive to left center. Racing over is Winter Soldier. He makes the shoestring catch. It's 2-way. Nice play. So this game is MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. This is game number 99 of a 162 game regular season. I play 162 games, no skipped innings, no simulated games. Every single game is on YouTube. So we are in the second half of the season. The Avengers are in first place. Fastball in there to Luis Gonzalez for strike 1. Count as 1 ball and no strikes. The Avengers are in first place. They have a 3-game lead in the National League West over the Los Angeles Dodgers. Ground ball to first. Off the chest of Tony Stark. He throws to first. Makes the play to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Star-Lord. After 2.5 innings of baseball, the ball game is tied at 2. Well, no, MLB 21 is here. The reason why I'm playing MLB 20 still, besides the fact that I just enjoy the game, is that I created all of these created players, and you can't transfer these files over to the next year of the game. Anthony Mackie's up at the plate. A little late on the fastball. Fouls it down the left field line, strike 1. Anthony Mackie plays the new Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's 1 for 1 with a double in the first. And he swings at the pitch and drives it to deep center field. But Byron Buxton's there to make the catch 1 away. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is on sale right now, Mr. Rob says. That sounds like a good play. Hollywood Avengers. So, third game of this 3-game set against the Milwaukee Brewers is tomorrow. Then an off day, and then a 3-game set at the Pittsburgh Pirates. And then they start a set against the Kansas City Royals. Little interleague action. Next up, Tom Holland, also known as Spider-Man. Grounded out in the first. It'd be sick if you could actually put on those costumes. $20, wow. Swing and a miss at the split finger fastball. The count is no balls and 1 strike on Spider-Man. Yeah, there's only so much you can do when you create the players. I tried my best to be true to the actors who play them. Ball is foul up the third base line. The count quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Holland. And he pulls the splitter down the left field line. Out of play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Spider-Man. Down and in, backs him off the plate. Count is 1 and 2. Thank you very much, Mr. Rob. I appreciate it. Thanks for saying hello. I know you're not a baseball fan, but I do appreciate the company. Split finger is inside and low. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Holland. Oh, he's out in front. Swing and a miss. Struck him out swinging. There's 2 away. That's 2nd strike for Jake Faria. Second strike out, pardon me. Was it a strike? No, it wasn't. He chased the pitch. Down and away. So next up is Robert Downey Jr., also known as Iron Man, Tony Stark. Breaking ball inside, backs him off the plate. He's 0 for 1, lined out in the first inning. Tony Stark is the man who started it all with the first Iron Man back in 2008. Checks his swing with the fastballs in there. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Welcome to the stream. Outside and low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And he lines it, but it's a foul ball. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty. Bottom of the third, 2-2 ball game here in this second game of a 3-game set between these ball clubs. Checks the swing, pitches low. Count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he pulls it foul down the right field line, and we'll have to do it again. Ropes it into the seats. The ball is foul. So we'll have to line them up again. 3-2 pitch. And again, he's out in front. Yanks it into the seats. So it's a battle between Robert Downey Jr. and Jake Faria. Ball 4, he walks him. So it's a 2-out walk, and the inning will continue for the Avengers. Up next, Mark Ruffalo, who has an RBI single today. It's 1 for 1. Mark plays the Incredible Hulk in the MCU. Leads the team in homers and RBIs. Way out in front of the splitter. Count is 0-1. I don't know a lot about baseball, but I watched it. Well, listen, I very much appreciate you giving the sport an opportunity. That is a line drive base hit up the middle. And the inning will continue. Just like that, after 2 outs, there are now 2 runners on. Here's the replay. Hard line drive up the middle for a base hit. I have heard of Roberto Clemente. He was an all-star, became a Hall of Famer, and then unfortunately lost his life in a plane accident. Up next is Chris Evans, the original Captain America. The fastball is low, ball 1. He had an RBI triple in his first at-bat. Runners lead off first and second. And that's a line drive. It is in there. It's going to be rounding third and heading home. It'll be an RBI single. He can do this all day. Captain America, or at least the original Captain America, gives the MCU a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the third, all with 2 outs. So the pitching coach for the Milwaukee Brewers takes that slow stroll out to the mound to have a little conversation with Faria, calm him down, talk strategy, give him a chance to take a breath after giving up that hit. Next up, Black Panther Chadwick Boseman. Runners at first and third, still 2 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Just gets a piece of it, fouls it off, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. So we have Ruffalo at third, Evans at first, Boseman at the plate. Fastball outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. He was really good. Roberto Clemente was a phenomenal right fielder. He played for the Pittsburgh Pirates back in the 1970s. And it is a foul ball. So the count will be 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chadwick. Runners lead off first and third. Here comes the pitch from Faria. Did he check his swing? Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. So that'll be count as 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 3-2 lead for the Avengers. Here comes the pitch from Jake. And it's a ground ball, throws to second for the force, and the side is retired. However, the Avengers take the lead on a 2-out RBI single by Chris Evans. And at the end of 3 innings of play, it's the Avengers 3 and the Brewers 2. So we go to the top of the 4th inning, and up steps Mitch Haniger, who has a hit in this ball game so far. He's 1 for 1. Single, a run scored. Chris Pratt sets and delivers. Fastball in there, strike 1. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Haniger. Just gets a piece of the circle change to stay alive. The count will remain 0-2. Fouls it back. I watch soccer more than baseball, says Amir. Just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. So I like to see the players and teams from all over the world. Oh no, absolutely. Everyone has different I live in the East Coast of the United States. Growing up, I didn't really watch much soccer. I watched American football and baseball. So those are my 2 top sports that I like to watch. That ball is high. It is far, and the center fielder Don Cheadle just turns around and watches it go. That's a solo home run for Mitch Haniger, his 20th homer of the season. And just like that, this ball game is tied at 3. Oof, crushed it. And the crowd goes silent. Watch the replay. Here it is. Bang. Oof. Yeah. It just... 419 feet projected. So the game is tied at 3 here in the top of the 4th. So next up is the third baseman, Rafael Devers, who's 1 for 1 with a single. Here comes the pitch from Star-Lord. Fastball in there. Check that changeup in there, strike 1. So yeah, I'm a big fan of, oh, you predict the Hulk home run? You know what, I like the way you think, Amir. Mark Ruffalo home run today. I love it. Fastball outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Devers. Here comes the pitch. Knuckleball floats in there for strike 2. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball backhanded by Spider-Man. Tom Holland throws to first in time. 1 away. Next up, left-handed hitter Daniel Murphy, who had a 2-run single in his first at-bat. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Chris Pratt. Oh, and that's a drive towards the right field corner, and it is in there and will bounce off the right field wall. He will make the turn at first and head to second. It's a 1-out double for Daniel Murphy. And he's now in scoring position, and he is the go-ahead run. Double number 8 on the season for Murphy. Here's the replay. Batista gets it back in as quickly as he can, but he's already at second base by the time that happens. So, before we go to Byron Buxton, manager is going to go to the bullpen, and he's going to warm up some pitchers to take over in case he can't get out of trouble. So he's going to warm up Sam Jackson and Ed Norton, and the manager is going to go to a mound visit. And he's going to have a quick talk with Chris Pratt, try to calm him down. Byron Buxton is struck out in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. He's 0 for 5 in the series. So if he gets into any trouble, the manager may come and take him out of the game. Fastball looked like it was low, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is no balls and 1 strike. Oh, he pops him up. There is Tom Holland, and that's the 2nd out. So 2 outs, runner in scoring position at second. Up steps Roberto Perez, who struck out in his first at-bat. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1. Perez is hitting only 200 with runners in scoring position, so he's obviously not comfortable with that runner at second base. Ground ball, backhanded, long throw, in the dirt, scooped nicely by Tony Stark to retire the side, but a long home run to center field by Mitch Haniger ties this ball game at the end of 3.5 innings of play. It's the Brewers 3 and the Avengers 3. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Dave Batista. Dave plays Drax the Destroyer in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. Here comes the pitch from Faria. Way out in front of the slider, swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, swing and a miss again at the slow breaking ball. 2 quick strikes on Batista. Checks his swing, pitches inside. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by Trammell, throws to first in time, and there's 1 away. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by the Outlander show. Jake Faria is losing that contest 97-94, but the ball game is tied, and that's really what counts. So next up is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, who has a single in the 2nd inning. 2nd plate appearance. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 4th. And that's a deep drive, but playable for the center fielder. Buxton makes the catch, 2 away. So with 2 down, Don Cheadle steps up to the plate. He plays James Rhodes, War Machine. He's 0 for 1. He wasn't the first James Rhodes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was Terrence Howard. And he fouls off the fastball, strike 1. After, I think it was Iron Man 2, where Don Cheadle became James Rhodes, or War Machine. Inside fastball, fouls it back. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Cheadle. Strike 3 called. I am a big Avengers fan. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That strike 3 called. The side is retired at the end of 4. The ball game is tied at 3. Love the Avengers. I've seen every MCU movie multiple times. So the leadoff man for the Milwaukee Brewers, Alan Trammell, is 1 for 2 with a single. Pratt is still out there pitching. Here's in the top of the 5th inning. I'm sure he's got a really short leash. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. And it's a shallow fly ball to right center field. There is Batista. Makes the catch for the 1st out. Next up, Jeff McNeil, who's 0 for 2. 2 flyouts today. Here comes the pitch. Knuckleball floats in there for strike 1. Just gets a piece of the cut fastball. Strike 2, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He's out in front of the changeup. Struck him out swinging. And there are 2 outs. That's 3rd strikeout of the game for Chris Pratt. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? He's way out in front, but, I mean, you're too close to take. I mean, he still could have called him out, but. So 2 down, bases empty. Up steps the legendary Lou Gehrig, who's 0 for 2 today. Lou Gehrig played for the New York Yankees back in the 20s and 30s. Foul ball up the first baseline. Check that third baseline. Is this game on the Nintendo Switch? No, actually it's on the PlayStation. I'm playing, this is MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. And for anybody else who's watching, for you, Amir, and anyone else in the background watching, I have not been able to get a PlayStation 5 yet, so I play most of my games on PlayStation 4. Availability is a problem in the United States unless you're willing to spend like thousands of dollars on eBay, and I will not spend that money. Eventually I'll get a PS5. I'm playing MLB The Show 20. I mean, like, if you can buy it. If I can buy it, fastball in there, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. I don't know, I'm not really in the market right now for a Nintendo Switch, but, I mean, it does sound pretty interesting. I've always been a PlayStation fan, to be honest. Fouls off the changeup, the count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Lou Gehrig. I think you can buy this game on, no, actually, now that I think about it, as Tony Stark straddling the first baseline makes the catch to retire the side. Amir, I don't think you can play this game on Nintendo Switch. I think that this is what's known as a PlayStation exclusive. MLB The Show 20 is just on the PlayStation system, unfortunately. 4.5 complete, ball game is tied at 3. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Anthony Mackie is 1 for 2 with a double. Third plate appearance for the new Captain America. High and tight, ball 1. FIFA and NBA 2K. No, there are some really good games that you can play for Nintendo Switch, but I don't think you can play this one. I think this is exclusive. You know, I could be wrong, though. I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know. Line drive caught by Alan Trammell for the first down. Next up, Tommy Holland, 0 for 2. Even at 0 for 2, he's leading the National League in batting average with a .372 average. Here comes the pitch from Faria. And that's a drive. That's a base hit to left. A one-out single for Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Here's the replay while I chew some ice.
Number 12.
Next up, Robert Downey Jr. He walked, he scored a run. Officially, he's 0 for 1. Throw to first. He's back. Holland is definitely a threat to steal, so trying to get a big lead over there at first base to steal second. Breaking ball outside, count as 1 ball and no strikes. Big lead at first. Here comes the pitch. Splitter on the outside corner, painting the black. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Tony. Again, Spider-Man leads off first. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Count as 2 balls, 1 strike. And he yanks it into the seats, foul. Count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. This is a tie ball game. Here comes the pitch from Jake. And it's a slow roller to the second baseman. He tags him going by, throws to first. It's a double play. And the side is retired. So, 5 innings of baseball. This ball game is tied at 3. I am RC Robbin. This is Avengers Baseball. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Luis Gonzalez, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Pratt is still out there pitching. And that's a deep drive. And I don't think anybody's going to get that one. That ball is gone. It's a solo home run for Luis Gonzalez, number 38 on the season. And now, at the top of the 6th inning, the Milwaukee Brewers have a 4-3 advantage. I don't know, Amir. People don't love me. What can I tell you? It's okay. Bottom line is I'm doing what I love. I love video games. I love sports games. I love science fiction. I do love other types of games. If they're going to enjoy it, they enjoy it. If they don't, they don't. You know. Need a little publicity. I like the way you think, Amir. Part of the reason why I'm giving away the $50 in the Amazon coupon code is to try to generate some publicity. So hopefully that will help. People nowadays just like the same boring stuff. I don't know why. Well, the truth is that you know, you have to build a following, and I haven't quite built it yet. I have people that you know, not everybody likes baseball. I mean, that's part of it. Oh no! It's high, it's deep, it's gone. Back to back and belly to belly. That's a solo home run for Mitch Haniger. That's the 2nd home run today by Mitch Haniger, his 20th and his 21st. And it's a 5-3 lead for Milwaukee here in this middle game of a 3-game set between these 2 ball clubs. Let's watch that replay. Look at this. He just crushes it. Bang. Oh. Ugh. He's good. Mitch Haniger's good in real life. These, you know, most of the players are like either all-stars or Hall of Famers. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave Chris Pratt in there because a left-handed hitter against a lefty pitcher. The lefty pitcher usually has an advantage, but fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. So it's a 2-run lead for the Milwaukee Brewers here in the top of the 6th. Rafael Devers is 1 for 2 with a single. Chris Pratt, maybe it's the rain. He's just not playing well today. Knuckler is high. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike.
1-1.
Checks the swing, but the pitch is low. Count is 2-1. It's just a tough game for the starter right now. Oh, and that's a deep drive towards the right center field gap. And it will one hop off the fence. He will round first and head to second. It is a double for Rafael Devers, and he's in scoring position still. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. And no chance for Batista to chase that ball down. Does the weather affect gameplay? Sometimes. It definitely does. Oof, good contact. So, you know what? I can't leave him in there anymore. Daniel Murphy is 2 for 2. There's a runner in scoring position. He's already given up the lead. It's 5-3. It's time for the manager to go to the bullpen and put Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, in the game to hopefully stop the bleeding. That'll be all for Chris Pratt today. He's given up 5 earned runs. He's responsible for that runner at second base. So if he scores, it'll be 6 earned runs. And in out of the bullpen comes Nick Fury. 4-6 with a 3.56 earned run average this season. Samuel L. Jackson. So, here comes the first pitch to Daniel Murphy. Breaking ball is low. What a Pratt. Exactly right. Chris Pratt didn't get the job done today. Well, actually, it's my fault, but whatever. We will blame Chris Pratt. No offense. None taken. Cut fastballs outside the count. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Murphy. Grounder up the middle. Throws to second for no apparent reason. Throws it to first. And he's safe. Mistake by the pitcher. Instead of throwing to first, he throws to second to try to catch him off base. And everybody is safe. So runners will be at first and second now. Still nobody out for Byron Buxton. Oh, this has got the makings of a disaster, ladies and gentlemen. And he bunts the ball. And everybody's safe. What a comedy of errors. Chris Evans couldn't decide which base to throw to, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out, and up steps Roberto Perez, who is 0 for 2. What will they do now? Swing and a miss, strike 1. They need a miracle right now. They're already losing by 2. The bases are loaded. Nobody's out. They need a miracle to keep this game a 2-run ball game. Strike 2. 2 quick strikes on Perez, hitting only a $197 with runners in scoring position, the situation that he's in right now. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Swinging, there's 1 away. If he gets a home run, it's definitely over. But not per Perez. So right now there's 1 away. Got him on the breaking ball. Next up is Alan Trammell, the leadoff hitter. 1 for 3 with a single today. He has speed. He'll be tough to double up. Screwball in there, strike 1. Chases the breaking ball out of the strike zone. 2 quick strikes on Alan Trammell. Count is 0-2. Fouls it back, and the count will remain 0-2. So, 2 runs have crossed the plate this half inning for the Milwaukee Brewers. It's 5-3. Misses low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's a deep drive, heading for the seats, and it is a foul ball. And we will do it again. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Inside corner. Trammell doesn't agree with the call, but there are 2 away. The bases are still loaded. Let's look at the location. Was it a strike? Too close to take. It might have been inside, but with 2 strikes, you have to foul that pitch off. So, there was bases loaded and nobody out. Now it's bases loaded and 2 out. Up next is Jeff McNeil, who is 0 for 3 today. Now he's going to need a hit to get the runner in. And he slices it, but it's a foul ball. Strike 1. And that's a drive headed for the gap, and it will bounce in there. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's a 2-run single with 2 outs for Jeff McNeil, and the ball game is now 4 runs. Milwaukee now leads 7-3. Ugh. Let's watch the replay. Bang. 4 runs cross the plate here in the top of the 6th. Next up, Lou Gehrig. A foul is automatically a strike in baseball until you get to 2 strikes. When you get to 2 strikes, you can foul it off 1,000 times. It will always only be 2 strikes. So if you have no count and you hit a foul ball, strike 1. If you have strike 1 and you hit a foul ball, strike 2. Once you have 2 strikes, you can keep fouling it off, and the count remains 2 strikes. That's how baseball works. The hitter is entitled to, if you throw 4 balls out of the strike zone, you get first base. It's called a walk. And 3 strikes and you're out, basically. So runners at first and third, still 2 out. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. So it's a 4-run ball game here in the top of the 6th. I don't know why your PE teacher said 3 fouls were. I don't know why our physical education teacher said 3 fouls were 1 strike. Well, it's possible that were you playing a game in gym and maybe he didn't want somebody to foul the ball off 100 times and then not get through the game? Maybe it was an issue of time. That's possible. But in real baseball, when you have 2 strikes and you hit a foul ball, the count remains 2 strikes. Sometimes in gym class, if you only have a certain amount of time, maybe that's a way to quicken up the game. Anyway, the count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Lou Gehrig. Runners lead off first and third. And he fouls it back. And the count, of course, remains 0-2. Strike 3 called. And the side is retired, but not before the Milwaukee Brewers score 4 times here in the top of the 6th inning to take a 7-3 advantage. I got a lot of work to do. This is Avengers baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen,
In relief for the Brewers, out of the bullpen comes Dan Atavilla, who's 8-3 with a 5.77 earned run average. And Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, who has 2 hits today, 2 singles and an RBI, will step up to the plate to lead off here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball. Yes, after 9 innings, the ball game is over. So this is the 6th inning. There are 3 more innings for the fouls it back. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. There are 3 innings for the Avengers to try to make up the difference between and win the game. Checks his swing, pitches low. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. This is a hitter's count. On deck is Chris Evans. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Atavilla. And that's a ground ball and through up the middle. It's a leadoff single for Hulk. Hulk smash. He's 3 for 3 today. Next up, the switch hitter Chris Evans, who has a triple, a single. He's got 2 RBIs. And he lines it the other way, but it hangs up there for Luis Gonzalez to make the catch, and there's the first out. So 1 out. Up next is Chadwick Boseman, who is 0 for 2. Again, Ruffalo leads off first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And he skies it to right, but it's slicing out of play for strike 1. And that's a ground ball. 6, 4, 3. Double play. Side retired. So at the end of 6 innings of play, the Milwaukee Brewers lead 7-3. Trammell over to McNeil, and then to first Lou Gehrig to complete the double play. Side retired. So we go to the top of the 7th. Up steps Luis Gonzalez, who has a home run today. He's 2 for 3. Also has a single. Sam Jackson's out there for his 2nd inning of work. And that's off the pitcher. He races over, picks it up, fires to first, not in time. It's an infield single for Gonzalez. And the ball hit him pretty hard. He looks like he's in pain. Will he need to come out of the game? No, he's fine. He waved off the trainer. So there'll be a runner at first. Mitch Haniger is 3 for 3. He has 2 home runs today. So you know what we're going to do? Mitch Haniger's a right-handed pitcher, so the manager is going to go to the bullpen. And Ed Norton is going to come into the game because he's been warming up. Paul Bettany is going to warm up. And Ed Norton, the man who played the Incredible Hulk first in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, will come to the mound to pitch to Mitch Haniger. Ed Norton is 1-2 with a 4.19 earned run average. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1. And it's a bloop, which looks like it's going to drop in there. And it will. It drops in there for a single. So it's runners at first and second. It's 11 p.m. I'm going to sleep. See you tomorrow. Amir, I appreciate the time and energy. I know that baseball is not your first sport. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have yourself a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Not to mention that this one doesn't look like it's going to end all that well. Anyway, still nobody out. Runners at first and second. Rafael Devers is 2 for 3. Here comes the pitch. And that ball is high. It is far. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run home run for Rafael Devers, his 16th on the season. And just like that, it is now officially a blowout. The Brewers now lead 10-3. Bang. Oh. Not my day. 435 feet. Woo. He knew it. Next up, Daniel Murphy, 2 for 3. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. You may be wondering, why are you still playing? It's a 7-run ball game. It's 10-3. Why don't you simulate the rest of this game? I don't simulate innings. I don't skip games. I play them until the end. You never know. Anything's possible in baseball. Bullpen. Let's warm up Stanley. No, actually, no. Let's sit down Stanley. Let's warm up Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. Manager is going to go for a mound visit. Talk to him. Calm him down. Here we go. Swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes on Daniel Murphy. Just misses low. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1-2.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the first out here in the top of the 7th. Here's the replay. Terrible angle. Next up, the center fielder, Buxton. 1 for 3 with a single today. Misses inside with the sinking fastball, strike 1. This is Avengers baseball. I am RC Robbin. I don't like this game very much. Swing and a miss out in front, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. I don't like this game very much, obviously, but I still ask you to like the game, please. Like my video, please. Outside corner, strike 2, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. We don't give up, never surrender. We are the Avengers. It's as if fly ball to center. Cheadle is there. He makes the catch for the second out. Almost misplayed it. So 2 down, bases empty. Up steps Roberto Perez, who is 0 for 3 today. No hits in 3 at-bats. Fastball inside. Ball. No, check that. Called a strike by the home plate umpire. I didn't think that was a strike, but it was. Out in front of the slider, strike 2. Strike 3 called. Side retired. However, 4 runs crossed the plate, 3 of them on this, a 3-run home run by Rafael Devers. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. The Brewers lead by 7 runs. It's 10-3. Take me out to the ball game. All right, bottom of the 7th. Dave Bautista, 0 for 2. They need base runners to have any chance. Let's try to get this game back within respectable. High and outside. No, check that. High and tight, ball 1. 1-0. And it is a slow bouncer to the third baseman. Devers on the infield grass, throws to first, and there's 1 away. It's just not my day today. Sebastian Stan, 1 for 2 with a single. Here comes the pitch. Swings at a pitch out of the strike zone, strike 1. Fouls it off. Two quick strikes on the Winter Soldier. Chasing pitches. Checks his swing. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside, 2-2. Chases a high fastball, swing and a miss, and there's 2 away. First strikeout of the game for Altavia. So with 2 outs, bases empty, Don Cheadle steps up to the plate. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chases a 2-seam fastball, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cheadle. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. 1-2-3 inning for Altavia. After 7 innings of baseball, it's the Milwaukee Brewers 10. The Marvel Avengers 3. Ooh. So we go to the top of the 8th. Trammell is 1 for 4. Ed Norton is still out there pitching. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Fouls off the slider. 2 quick strikes on Alan Trammell. Strike 3 called. Good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Alan Trammell. So the starter comparison, Jake Faria is in line for the win. He obviously outpitched Chris Pratt today, unfortunately. Up next is Jeff McNeil, who had a 2-run single in his last at-bat with 2 outs and broke this game wide open. Fastball low, ball 1. Attendance here at Crosley Field, 25,224. This is a minor league ballpark that the Avengers use as their home designated ballpark, so that's a sellout. 25,000 people came out in the rain to watch this travesty of justice. Fouled off, the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike to McNeil. Lines it foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. Deep drive, but into the seats. It is a foul ball. Misses low, 2-2. 1 out, top of the 8th. 7-run lead for the Milwaukee Brewers. And that's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap, and it will make it all the way to the wall. Rounding first and heading second. That's the second hit of the day for McNeil, and he's in scoring position. Forget that. We don't have time for that. Fastball high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire, who obviously has a hot date after this game. Count is 0-1. And he pops him up. Oh no, he misses it. Throws to third. It is, and he's out at third. He is out at third. 2 away. So Luis Gonzalez, this has been a comedy of errors today. The rain has caused so many mishaps. Luis Gonzalez is 3 for 4. He's 5 for 8 in this series. Swing and a miss to the fastball. Triple digits on the radar gun. 100 miles an hour. Just misses with the slider inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner leads off first. Line drive, foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the side is retired. So, a messy inning, but Milwaukee does not score. After 7.5 innings of play, it's Milwaukee 10, the MCU 3. Ugh. Blech. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Anthony Mackie has a double today and a run scored. He's 1 for 3.
Not shortstop, number 9.
Pitches high, ball 1. Checked his swing, did not go. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. And he pulls it foul. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike on Mackie. Out in front.
1 and 2.
Swing and a miss over the top. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Nope.
Just misses outside. 2 and 2. And that's a grounder to the second baseman. McNeil throws to first, and there is 1 away. Next up, Tom Holland, who's 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th. Oh, line drive caught. What a play by Rafael Devers. We need to see a replay of that. That was impressive. Watch this reaction play at the hot corner. Bang. And there are 2 outs. Next up, Robert Downey Jr., 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 10-3 lead for Milwaukee. High and outside, ball 1. Low, 2 balls and no strikes.
2-0.
And he pulls it into the seats, but it's foul. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's, looks like it's going to dunk in there for a single. It is a 2-out single for Tony Stark. And the inning will continue here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting.
Next up, Mark Ruffalo. Mark's 3 for 3, so he's had a good game. It's not his fault, that's for sure. Inside, ball 1. He's got the average up to 345. He's at 83 runs batted in on the season. Fouls it back. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Chase the high pitch. Slider outside. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to the Hulk. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off first. Bottom of the 8th. Milwaukee leads by 7. Here comes the pitch from Atavilla. Low, full count, 3 and 2. On the pitch, the runner will be off from first base on the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Here it comes. Ground ball off the heel of the pitcher, fielded by Trammell, throws to first in time, side retired. Gorgeous play by Alan Trammell at shortstop. Took that ricochet and threw him out at first at the end of 8 innings of play. Milwaukee leads 10-3. So, Mitch Haniger steps to the plate. In the 6th inning, he hit his 2nd of 2 home runs. Bang! Over the wall. I'm sure he'd like to do that again. 3 homers in a game is a feat. Fastball in there, strike 1. Mitch Haniger was 4 for 4 today with 2 home runs. Misses inside with the sinking fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2 and 1. Checks the swing, pitches off the plate. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Rafael Devers, who hit a 3-run home run in his last at-bat. Here comes the pitch from Ed Norton. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Full count, 3 and 2. Pops it up. behind home plate, out of play. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, 1 away. Nasty breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Next up, Rafael Devers is 3 for 4. A single, a double, a homer. He needs a triple for the cycle. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1.
0-1.
Fouls it back. 2 quick strikes on Rafael. And that ball is high. It is far. That might go. It is gone. It's his 2nd homer of the game. And Milwaukee leads 11-3. That was solo home run number 17 for Rafael. And the onslaught is not over. Here in the top of the 9th inning, they continue to pile on the runs. Here's the replay. Bang. Oh, what a day. What a day. Next up, Norton gets the hook. Paul Bettany, we put him in the game. Paul Bettany plays Vision in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. 2-1 with a 3.41 earned run average. And here comes the pitch to Daniel Murphy. Misses inside, ball 1. Daniel is 2 for 4 today. And that's a line drive, but right at the Winter Soldier to retire the side. Or is it? No, I'm sorry. There are 2 outs. That was out number 2. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the left fielder. Next up, Byron Buxton, 1 for 4 with a single. Here comes the pitch. That ball is high. It is far. And the onslaught continues. It's a solo home run for Byron Buxton. Home run number 9 on the season, and it is 12-3 Brewers. When will it end? When will it end? What a nightmare. Here's the replay. Bang. Oh, no. No chance for Winter Soldier to bring that ball back. Next up, Roberto Perez. 0 for 4. Checks the swing, but in there, strike 1. Pulls the changeup foul. 2 quick strikes. And that's a line drive. Base hit. Oh, he falls down. Is a chance. He's going to second. Strong throw to second. Not a lot of speed, but it's offline. It's a double for Roberto Perez with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Double number 9 for Roberto. 7-game hitting streak on his last at-bat. Look at this. Just ropes it. This is just one of those games, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes in baseball, we just have one of those games. Strike 1. Alan Trammell's 1 for 5.
1 strike.
Grounder to short. Mackey fields, fires. Got him. So they score 2 more times and take a 12-3 lead. Last licks for the Avengers. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 12-3 lead for the Brewers. They need 9 runs to tie. Can they do it? Probably not. This is Avengers baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So Mark Melanson, Mark Melanson, I don't know. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 6. He has a 9-run lead. It doesn't really matter. Leading off, Chris Evans, 2 for 3, a single, a triple. He's got 2 RBIs, keeping his hot hitting going in the rain. Cut fastball, outside corner, strike 1. Fastball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
1-1.
So it's 12-3 Brewers, a 9-run lead. Outside 2-1. How many runs can we score here in the bottom of the 9th? That is a line drive, but also an out. Out number 1. Next up, Chadwick Boseman, 0 for 3 today. Here comes a pitch from Melanson. Inside, ball one. Pulls it foul. Likely this will be a loss for the Avengers. I mean, anything's possible. Miracles happen, but count as 1 ball and 1 strike, which means their record will fall to, fouls it off. Count as 1 and 2. Record will fall to 65 and 34. They'll still be in first place in the National League West with at least a 2-game lead in the division.
That's the ball.
Cut fastball is high. Count as 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Just rolls over down the left field line. Foul. The count remains 2 and 2. Jams him. Shallow fly ball. Haniger makes the catch in right. There are 2 away, and the Avengers are down to their final out of the game. Representing that out is Dave Bautista, who's 0 for 3. Average is dipped to 317. Melanson sets and delivers. And he pulls it out of play, strike 1. Ground ball through the left side. It's a 2-out single for Dave Bautista. It's 1 for 4 today. Refuses to be the last out of the ball game. Next up, Sebastian Stan. 1 for 3 today. Again, now, fastball is low, ball 1. He represents the final out of the game. 2 outs here in the 9th. Down by 9 runs. Checks the swing. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Bucky Barnes. Line drive, foul ball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouls back the high fastball. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the Avengers are down to their final strike of the game. That's a line drive. Base hit. Now there are 2 on and 2 out. And Sebastian refuses to be that final out of the game. Hits it with authority. Hit it so hard I thought it might hang up there for Gonzalez and left. Add insult to injury. Next up, Don Cheadle hitting from the left side against Melanson. And that's a line drive. It may hang up there, and it will. That is the final out of the ball game. Side retired, ball game over. Brewers win 12-3. So the Brewers have won their first 2 games of this series, this 3-game set. They've taken first 2 on the road in this matchup between first place ball clubs. The winning pitcher obviously is Faria, Jake Faria. So let's go through the scorecard. So Milwaukee, 12 runs, 20 hits, no errors. The Hollywood Avengers, 3 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Jake Faria gets the win. Chris Pratt gets the loss. He's 12 and 3. Devers with 2 homers and a 3-run homer to really seal the game. He's the player of the game. This has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. There are 2 parts to this game. Part 1 and then part 2 because we had an internet connection break up. So this is part 2, the end of the game. This is game number 99 out of 162. Well, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Hopefully, better luck next time, right? If you've watched Amir, the Outlander show, Mr. Rob, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for showing up and making comments. Thanks so much. So the final score here in Crosley Field, the Milwaukee Brewers win 12-3. Take care of yourself. Have a great night.